If you want to understand English, you need three things. You need to know the words, know the grammar, and know the sounds. You mostly get this by listening to a lot of English. Now, if you want to speak English fluently, you need two things: good formulation and good articulation. Formulation happens here and articulation happens here in your mouth. Formulation is how in your head you think of the words you're going to use and then how you arrange them in a way that makes grammatical sense. Articulation is how you make the sounds that others can hear. So formulation is thought, articulation is the physical production of sound. Now you put these two together and you get speech. Now the way you get better at speaking is by practicing precisely a lot of speaking. You know, in the beginning thinking of all these words and then having to order them in a way that makes sense. And then on top of that, having to create all these sounds in English, it just takes a lot of mental resources. However, with time, it gets easier and easier. It gets more and more automatic, provided that you are practicing. Practice is king. Then learning new words, new grammar patterns, and all the different aspects of pronunciation is also quite important. If you want to really learn how to speak English fluently, if you want to get the tools that you need to do this, there is one requisite: a positive attitude. This means, for one, really wanting to learn, and two, and no one ever talks about this for some reason, that is believing in yourself. Ponder on these two quotes. If you want it and believe you can have it, you will. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you have a good attitude about learning, then the last thing you need will appear as a natural consequence, your own learning system. So let's quickly recap what we've seen so far. If you want to learn how to speak English fluently, you need plenty of speaking practice so that you can get better at formulating and articulating your speech. A positive attitude for learning. This means really wanting to learn and believing in yourself. Lastly, a good learning system. Now, what are the components of a good learning system? Before I get to that, why don't you take a moment and share it down in the comments below. What is the main thing you're doing that helps you keep improving your English? Are you setting aside a moment of your day to, say, learn something new? Or are you practicing your English in some way? Let everybody know what that is down in the comments below. So a good learning system has a few key components. It facilitates consistency. If it only works when you're motivated or when you just happen to have some free time, it is not a learning system. In order for it to be a learning system, it must have a defined place in your routine and you should be committed to it. It can be as little as 15 minutes per day, but anything above 2 hours per week, when done consistently, is extremely beneficial. What else makes a good learning system? It covers the fundamentals. Remember how I said in the beginning that if you want to understand English, you need to know the words, the grammar, and the sounds. This is your vocabulary, your grammar, and your pronunciation. These are the pillars of your English. Next, it helps you review and discover. You learn better when you can balance reviewing what you already know but might be forgetting and learning brand new things. What this might look like for some people could be 40% reviewing, 60% discovering, meaning they're doing a little bit more discovering than reviewing. Generally though, as you advance in your learning through time, mastering a lot of things that you won't need to be going back and reviewing the same stuff over and over again. As you become better at learning, you can focus more on discovering and less on reviewing. It includes practice, and you can get creative here. Practice writing down words, or even better, phrases or even sentences, and then saying them out loud. If you're learning new sounds, practice actually producing and making these sounds. Do this many times. If it's a difficult grammar pattern, try using it many times until you start to feel it gets easier and easier. As part of your learning system, practice is what shortens the gap between what you know and what you can do and say in English. These tips I've given you so far will get your English to the next level really fast. However, if you want to get even better results, there is one extra thing that you can still do. This is going a step further and making English a part of your life. This might look differently for each person, but a good starting point is making English the default language you watch movies in, or network, reach out to people who speak English. When English stops being something that you study and or learn, and it becomes something that you live every day, then, my friend, you're doing it right. This puts you in a position where you're going to start making meaningful relationships in English, and this is a sure sign that you are on the right path. I'm convinced that you don't get to higher levels of fluency without forging some really significant relationships along the way. It just comes as a consequence of your investment and involvement with the language. Hey again, so just trying a new angle here, but anyway, that is a summary of my vision for how you can actually reach fluency in English. Now, achieving fluency in English is actually easy, It's not effortless. No, I don't mean that, but still easy if you're committed to a good learning system. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to spend a lot of time on this system, that you need to be committed to spending and investing a lot of time on this. It just means that when the system's good, you don't count hours, you make hours count. Meaning you take full advantage of the time that you spend and you get to fluency way faster. Now, follow the ideas that I shared in this video, do it for 5 months, and I'm telling you, you will get big results. You are going to go through a journey of transformation. And I know because I've already done it myself. I know what it is like, and I know how transformative it can be. The tricky part though for low learners like you is figuring out this learning system, a system that facilitates consistency, that covers the fundamentals, that helps you review and discover new things, and that provides provides opportunities for practice, or practice opportunities, whatever. It's the same thing. Anyway, as I said in the video, if you have a good attitude for learning, a positive attitude for learning, if you have that good mindset, you may already be doing some of these things, which is, okay, that's great, that's awesome. The problem is that if you are on your own doing all these things, you need to change that. You are missing out on a lot of good things. For one, if you're on your own doing this, you are more likely to get off track, to abandon the habits that you have for improving your English. For another, you are missing out on the opportunities, on the advantages, on the benefits of having someone that can coach you, someone that can help you, someone that can provide mentorship to you. And also the benefits of just, being around other learners that you can learn from. As I said in one of my previous videos, very recently, other learners are your best teachers, and I truly stand by that. So when you have this, that's when you're powerfully positioned to crush your goals and to make your dreams come true. There's this African proverb that I really like. If you want to go fast, go alone. Go ahead, go alone if you want to go fast. But if you want to go far, go together. And hey, I'm here and I'm ready to embark on this journey with you. So let's go together, all right? And it's not just me. There are a lot of other people too that are ready to accompany you and to go with you. Because you see, I've already been through this journey myself, and I know what works and what doesn't. And that is the reason why I founded the English Level Up Academy. When you're part of this academy, you get 5 months of fluency training. You get tons of speaking challenges. You get well-structured lessons on vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. And you also get weekly conversation meetups. That's not it. You also get access to a series of meetings where we reflect, discuss, and implement some of the greatest ideas on personal development for English speakers. For example, we already met and discussed confidence for English speakers, habit formation for improving your English, and a lot more. Anyway, I just wanted to give you that message, and I actually have a gift now for you. You can find that gift down on a link in the description of this video. It's actually a PDF version of this lesson where you are going to find all the ideas that I presented to you in this video laid out in a nice visual chart that you can maybe use to go back to and maybe check if what you're doing aligns with these ideas. You're also going to get a special invitation to join the English Level Up Academy and another invitation to join an upcoming conversation practice meetup where you're going to have the chance to practice your English with me and other learners as well. So find that link in the description of this video. Go there, leave your details, and let's talk, all right? Because I'm always open to talking to you. So if you have any questions, please do reach out. And hey, it's been a pleasure making this video for you, and I'll see you next time, all right? Take care.